my name is Dave, and welcome back to another edition of Alex's Board Game Stand, where we review kids' board games, or board games that kids can play. And might I add, happy Halloween. As you can see, the kiddos dressed up here, and if it's not Halloween where you are right now, you can add the Halloween experience to your life with this small card game, Tricks and Treats. Okay, so let me set the scene for Tricks and Treats. You are a bunch of friends that are going out what?
Trick-or-treating.
You're going trick-or-treating, and last year's fiasco was
a candy chaos.
Where you and your friends just went crazy. You threw candy at people, and you took candy from other people, and you just ate it, and you just went nuts. Now this year, your parents are saying none of that's going to happen, and they're going to take all the candy and divide it among all the children, so there is less candy chaos. And they're even going to give 2 baskets of candy to charity, but that doesn't settle well with you. So you go in the purse and you find out what number of baskets you are, because they're not putting names on the baskets, and you try to put the most candy in your basket. But watch out, you might get tattled on and get all your candy taken away by your parents and given to the other kid. So this is a game of minor social deduction and misleading with card play. And you're trying to get the most points at the end of the game via candies to win. So let's show you what we're talking about and show you what comes in the box. Let's go. So these are the contents that come in Tricks and Treats. It's a card game, so very simple. It comes with 4 different variety of cards, the number of baskets, the variety baskets with different text on them, the secret basket cards, and tons of candy cards, ranging from 1 to 4. And there's different kinds: peppermints, chocolates, jelly bellies or dots, and there's a bunch of those. And it comes with the rules as well. They just kind of fit all of that within this tiny box. And I would say production is standard, because some of the cards I think could be better. But now let's go into the gameplay. So players are going to start by taking their basket card, and this is the card that they have, and you don't show it to anyone. This is secret. This is what is going to count towards your score at the end of the game. No other baskets count for your score. So they draw their card and put it in front of them. Then they draw their hand of candy cards, and the gameplay is quite simple. On your turn, you're going to be drawing 1 card from the candy pile and playing 1 card on the baskets. And you can play anything you want. The chocolates, the peppermints. I have this set up for a basic game. Later, we're going to go into the variants with these cards. So as time goes on, they're going to be playing more candy cards onto baskets, maybe misleading people with their gameplay. And at the very end of the round, when the Time's Up card shows up, this Time's Up card here, and this is shuffled into the last 5 cards, that will trigger the end of the game, and then you'll count up the amount of candies. The person with the most candy, this guy right here, was number 1. He would only get 1 chocolate. The winner in this scenario is number 5 with 8 pieces of candy. But the trick is, people can tattle on you. So if you were telegraphing your play, say Alex is putting a lot of candies in number 3 here, and I say, no, on my turn I can do this. Again, you can either tattle or play a card. Those are your 2 options. I say, Alex, you are number 3. If she so happens to be number 3, I take her card. First of all, I don't show anybody else, and she is number 3 here. I claim this card, and this is worth 5 points at the end of the game.
But if I'm not number 3, that means I'm a different number and he was wrong.
Yeah, so I'll get to that in a second. She discards all of her candy cards, and I claim her card. At the end of the game, I get 5 points. But like Alex said, say she was number 4, I take her card and I say, man, I give it back. She wasn't number 3, and she claims my card, number 1 here, and I discard my candy cards, and she gets 5 points at the end of the game, and that eliminates me. So you actually want to be very sure that you know the person's number, and some people like to play where they telegraph all their candy play into 1 basket. I like how the design is. It's very simple, and you just stack them like a regular card game, so that keeps it very streamlined and easy to grasp, and doesn't really take up too much of the table. So that is the basic gameplay of Tricks and Treats. Now let me show you what the variant baskets do. I also want to mention if you are tied for the lead at the end of the game, you too lose the game, and it's the next highest player is the winner. So if Alex and I were tied at 7 and Marissa had 5, we would be out, and then she is the next highest, she wins the game. That matters because one of the variant baskets kind of has that rule applied. The 2 that you put in, and you only put in 2 baskets every time, special baskets, you don't put more than that. I'll have the Cuties basket and the Piggy basket. So when you start, you take all these cards and you shuffle them and you put them out in a random order. The Cuties basket here, at the end of the game, the candy that is most prominent in here is a cootie candy, and the person that has the most of that candy loses the game automatically. So for example, if the most candies in the Cooties basket is chocolate and Alex has won the game with chocolate being the most in her basket, she actually loses the game automatically, and then it's just left for the players to play and see who the winner is at that point. Now, the Piggy basket is really neat. At the start of the game, you take 3 candies and put it in the Piggy basket, and the person with the least amount of candy gets all the candy that is within the Piggy basket. So that might win them the game, and you can continue to put candy in the Piggy basket as well. So you can't be fighting for that. And in addition to trying to figure out who is what basket, you have these variant baskets doing these kind of cool things, and you kind of have to play to that style. And I'll go over a few of the other baskets here. You have the basket of good karma, you have the Monet basket, the disco basket, you have the bomb basket, that's kind of cool, Lestrick slide basket, favorite basket, the magnet basket, bad candy basket with candy corn on it, of course that is the worst candy, sorry candy corn, and the lottery basket. I like the art on these, and I like the variant baskets as well. The basic game is good for the younger players in your life, and if you want to play repeated games with adults too, you add these in and it really spices it up, and I like that about Tricks and Treats. So that is everything about this game in a Trick or Treat basket. Now let's give it a score and tell you what we think. And as we always do on Alex's board game stand, we're going to be giving this game a grade as follows. A check minus being a bad game, a check being a okay to good game, and a check plus being a great game that you just got to go out and do what? Bye! Yes! Okay, and with that being said, what is your grade for Tricks and Treats, kiddo? Check plus because you love it?
My favorite thing is
what?
Like,
the variant baskets, the special baskets?
Yeah.
They weren't too confusing for you?
No.
No? You got them pretty fast?
My favorite one was this one.
Yeah, the lottery basket, is that what it is?
But
yeah.
I do
Oh
love
no,
candy
the bad
corn.
candy. Yeah, you like candy corn?
Yeah.
Well, we don't share that in common, kiddo. Do you like putting the candies in the baskets and trying to fool Dad to think that you have a number that you don't?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, because she always does that. And I find that the kids like to do that a lot. And my grade is going to be a check plus as well. I think this is a great game for kids to start them on a social deduction type game and not be intimidating, because it's hard to grasp for the younger crowd, the social deduction aspect, because it has to do with lying. But this one does it fairly well, and you can just play the basic game, and once they get that, you can add those baskets in, and that is more of a advanced and or adult game. So this really spans well over the age demographic. The only thing I will say is the production leaves me longing for something more. I know it's just a card game, it's in a small box, but I got a tiny bit of water on these cards and it destroyed the ink. So I don't normally do this, but I am recommending you sleeve these cards, or at least the cards that matter when it comes to identity. This definitely gives me the Halloween feel when it comes to trick-or-treating, and I would recommend this for who, kiddo? Everyone, Bowser says, and I would too. So that is Tricks and Treats from Nesca Games, and that has been another edition of Alex Board Game Stand. Thank you for joining us here on Gamevine. Until the next time that we see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with what? All that you play. We're out. All right, kiddo. All right.
No.